If you're a salon or spa owner, cosmetology school gave you the skills to serve clients, but it didn't prepare you to run a business. You probably thought ownership would mean freedom, but instead you're working harder than ever, barely paying yourself, and worried that everything's going to fall apart the second you step away. Welcome to the station, where we give you real strategies, systems, and structure so you can step into the CEO seat where you belong. Hey friends, welcome back to the station. This is the go-to podcast for salon and spa owners who are ready to build businesses that are profitable, structured, and actually give you the freedom that you've been chasing. I'm Bree, fellow salon owner and the founder of the Beauty Biz Agency. And as always, I have my amazing co-founder, fellow salon owner, and bestie here with me. Hey, Chandra, how are you?
Hello, doing really good today.
Awesome. Well, I'm excited. Today we are switching things up just a little bit. So if you guys have been listening to us for a while, then you already know how much we talk about building six-figure stylists inside of commission salons. It's something that Chandra and I believe in with our entire beings. But today, instead of just hearing it from us, you are going to hear it from someone who is walking that journey right now. Amber started out like so many stylists do, fresh out of school, assisting, taking models, slowly building her book. And she's now at the place where she's on track to hit that six-figure milestone here in the next month or so. So if you've ever caught yourself thinking, I don't know if stylists really buy into commission salons. I don't know if people can grow fast without burning out or getting exhausted. I don't know if using model calls actually works. This episode might just change the way that you see it, because that idea that all of you have in your heads that commission salons are outdated or limiting, it's just not real. So we're going to sit down with Amber today, who went from apprentice to powerhouse stylist and is now stepping into roles as a master of balayage ambassador and Kuhn educator, all while growing inside of a commission salon. Guys, her story is proof of what's possible when owners build the right structure and when the stylist actually leans in and does the work. With that being said, let's dive in. Hey, Amber, welcome to the station. We are so excited to have you here, and I'm really, really excited for our listeners to be able to hear your story. So thank you for joining us.
Awesome. So happy to be here.
Awesome. Well, I think we just need to start from the beginning. So when you first came into the salon as an apprentice, what did that season kind of look like for you?
Yeah, well, honestly, I just knew that I really, really wanted to do hair and I didn't know where to start. So I was working over at a tanning salon and I started researching like cosmetology schools. And I noticed that they were kind of expensive, like anywhere from like $20,000 to $30,000. And I was like, okay, that's, kind of expensive. But then I seen that Ohana was offering an apprenticeship program. And so basically that they would teach me everything here at the salon while I'm still like able to get paid and make a wage. So that made a lot of sense for me. So when I came in and I interviewed with Chandra and Diane, our manager over here, it just seemed like it was going to be like a really awesome fit. So yeah, I started here with knowing nothing. I didn't even know how to pick up a comb, how to use a round brush. I never even blow dried my own hair before working here. So honestly, they taught me everything from the bottom up. So it's just really, really cool.
Yeah, that's awesome. It's a really cool story. And so many people out there don't realize that there are apprenticeships in salons, right? They do look at those cosmetology school prices and they're like, holy crap, 20, 30, $40,000. That's undoable. So if you're out there and you're listening and you're a stylist, look at apprenticeships because they do exist. They do. Okay. So back then, when you first started, take yourself back 3 years ago or whatever, did you ever picture yourself getting to where you are now, so close to actually becoming a six-figure stylist?
Honestly, I knew that I always wanted to be here where I am, but I didn't really imagine that I would be able to because I always looked at my coworkers, the master stylists, and like how successful they were, that I really, really wanted to be like them. And it's just really cool that I'm like, I'm really similar with them now. So it's really cool.
Yeah, I think it's amazing. At what point along your journey did it really kind of hit you like, okay, I can actually build a career here in the salon? This isn't a hobby. It's not just a job. It's an actual career.
Honestly, what makes my like experience a little bit different than regular cosmetology students is I had some clients who stayed with me from my apprenticeship days all the way up until now. So even when I just finished my apprenticeship, I didn't have a full clientele, don't get me wrong, but I did have a few clients coming back to me. And I feel like that just made it seem like, okay, if I keep it up and if I keep being consistent and I keep educating like myself, I'm gonna get there, you know? So I feel like that's kind of what pushed me. Honestly, right after the apprenticeship, like I felt like I could do it, you know?
Yeah, I think that's awesome. And it sounds like you had some really amazing role models in the salon as well, which that's huge. And I think that is something that people don't realize that they're missing when they go to booth rental or suite rental in that independent realm, right? They don't get those role models and the people
Yes.
that are there to help. And it's just that culture that is absolutely amazing that people miss out on. So you've gone from a apprentice to being on track to hit those six figures in literally 3 years, which is almost unheard of. So you need to pat yourself on the back because that is huge. So
Thank you.
congratulations to you. Can you kind of walk us through maybe the key steps that you hit along the way on that journey?
Yeah. I'm sorry. What do you exactly like mean by that?
No, you're good. So what did that journey look like for you? Was it, I know you went from apprentice to where you are now, but how did that look for you? Did you do model calls in the beginning and you built that clientele? Were there certain KPIs and benchmarks that you had to hit in order to get there? Were there one-on-one meetings that you went through that made you grow and made you realize that you could do more than what you were doing? Just kind of that journey throughout.
Okay, yeah, definitely. Honestly, I feel like my coworkers, also my amazing mentor Chandra, like really helped guide me through it. She does have a lot of things like set in order where if you hit this and you hit this and you hit this, you'll be on the next level. And so she kind of made me realize like, okay, I need to pre-book more and then I'll be able to get to my next benchmark and stuff like that. But basically, like how I worked up from being an apprentice to where I am now, I just feel like was the help of all my coworkers, getting that mentorship and that guidance. Honestly, like at the beginning, sometimes I would get a little nervous, like when I do a few colors or a few haircuts. I mean, I'd get really nervous. And like Chandra really helped calm my nerves. She would tell me, like, you know what, it's okay if it's not 100% perfect. As long as the hair looks gorgeous and the client loves it, that's what matters. If there's one little piece, then you take that experience and you learn for next time, you know? And I just feel like things like that really like helped calm my nerves, especially at the beginning, because I was looking for everything to be 100% symmetrical, perfect, and everything. So, yeah, I feel like working in the environment with everybody here. One of my coworkers, Carly, she's really amazing with the extension. She's helped me out with that along my journey. My coworker, Wayne, he's amazing with haircuts. He taught me everything I know about cutting hair. So I just feel like having everybody here with me helped guide me in the right direction, you know?
I love that. I think that's amazing. That camaraderie, I'm telling you, it's something that people miss out on and that we forget about so often. So, one of the questions that we get asked quite frequently when we are talking about building six figure stylists or just growing people in our commission salons is that it takes so long for these employees to actually produce when they're behind the chair, which just isn't really true. How long do you think it took you before you were actually producing and making money behind the chair?
Probably about like a year and a half after my program, I feel like I started making like comfortable money, you know? And before that, I was still working two jobs over at the tanning salon. And honestly, once I let that other job go and really focus on hair, I feel like that's also what really started to change. That I was just able to focus on my clients a little bit more, focus on hair more, and not worry about anything else. That I started noticing, you know, more money and more clients and all that.
That's awesome. How did we talked a little bit about the level system. You explained that just a little bit, but how did having that clear level system, that clear path, those benchmarks, like right in front of you that you talked about every single day, how did that really shape the way that you grew? Because so many people nowadays are saying that level systems and benchmarks, they just don't work and they're not the new way of doing things. And Chandra and I completely disagree because we know we've built so many six-figure stylists, so we
Mhm.
know that they work. But how do you feel like those kind of shaped you and grew you?
Well, honestly, when I'd sit down with Chandra and she shows me like the number, like I could think everything's great, right? But then she shows me the numbers and it's like, oh, maybe I'm not pre-booking my clients. I'm letting them leave and I'm not getting them on my book. Like she shows me the percentage and I'm like, that's crazy, you know? Or things like maybe I'm not selling as much retail as I thought. I thought I had a banging week, but maybe it was just one client that I sold so much products to, and I'm letting all these other clients go home with who knows what they're using, you know? So I feel like when I'm able to sit down and actually see like what she has for me, it keeps it top of mind. And what's cool is sometimes things do change and fluctuate. So when we do talk about it again, she can show me maybe what I need to focus on now for this quarter or this month, you know? So
Yeah, it's really, really important. Chandra and I are always talking business owner wise. You need to know your numbers, and it's no different with our stylist, right? Like you guys deserve to know how much you can make, what you need to do in order to get there. And it's just really, really important. Do you think you would have moved as fast as you did without those clear steps laid out for you?
no, absolutely not. And she also like helped push me to be like the best stylist I can be. She helped show me like techniques that cut down my timing but still leave the placement looking gorgeous and perfect. She just helped me so much because sometimes I still overfoil, but I used to be a really big overfoiler, and now I just feel like she's helped simplify things for me so many different ways other than numbers behind the chair as well. So it's really cool.
Yeah, it's amazing. She's awesome. I mean, let's just
Yeah.
call it out. She's amazing. We know this. So a lot of people hear the word six figures, right? They hear that term and they think burnout, they think exhaustion, they think working like 70, 80, 90 hours per week. So you're right at that level right now where you're about to hit that number. What does your actual schedule and lifestyle look like for you?
Oh yeah, it's not bad like that at all. It's actually really nice how it's set up here. We only work 4 days a week, so I still get 3 days off to do whatever I want. I'm able to see my grandma, spend time with my family, hang out around the house, you know? So it's really nice. Honestly, I don't even know if I work a 40-hour week and I'm making that much money. So it's really cool.
Yeah, so many people don't realize that, right? Like Chandra and I, we look at our schedules all the time and we're like, holy crap, they're working like 28, maybe 32 hours per week, and they're making this type of money. I remember when I was a solo, my life didn't look anything like that. I can
Mhm.
promise you I was working 50, 60 hours per week just to bring in that type of revenue. So it works with the system for sure. What systems do you think in your salon specifically helped you kind of make your schedule possible, your lifestyle possible without having to overbook yourself?
Honestly, I feel like the salon is pretty flexible. So if you need something, like they're willing to work with you, right? It's not like you need to do this set schedule. They're going to tell you what they would recommend for you to be the most successful. But if it doesn't work for you, then they're going to, work with you and figure it out. So I feel like just kind of like the flexibility, you know.
Yeah, and I think that's important. I think so many times we don't have that work-life balance. And so I think that's something that you can find in a commission salon that you can't find when you work for yourself. And trust me, I know because I work for myself and I overwork myself constantly. So I think it's really, really important. All right. You have stepped into much bigger roles now. I mean, being a hairstylist is amazing, not taking anything away from that. But you are now like an educator and an ambassador, all of it, right?
Mhm.
How do you think being in a commission salon really opened those doors for that kind of growth for you?
Well, honestly, I feel like being in the commission salon made it all possible for me and working here because like for the Masters Ambassador or Masters of Balayage Ambassador thing, for instance, Chandra hosted a Masters of Balayage class here. And for me, it was just so like eye-opening and game-changing and really inspiring how like they're just constantly coming out with new things and new techniques. And I feel like that's really, really cool, especially as a stylist. I don't want to do the same pattern all day over and over. So once she brought them in here, I was able to apply for that higher role. And I feel like that kind of tied it together because they had already known me a little bit. They've seen how I work. And so I feel like that kind of helped out. And then also for becoming a Kuhn educator, I mean, I've used Kuhn products since day one of working here, since this was my school all the way up to now. I absolutely love the products and the results and everything. So I feel like because we carry them here at the salon, it just really helped me be able to step into that role. I don't know if I would have heard of them, if I hadn't worked here. So it's really cool.
Yeah, absolutely. Do you think that those things would have happened as quickly if you were working for yourself, or do you think those doors would have ever even been opened at all? I know you said you probably
Uh,
wouldn't have heard of Kuhn and things like that, but like we hear so many people, right, that go out on their own and they want to be platform stylist or whatever that looks like. Do you think that would have happened without the backing of Ohana and the salon and all of those things?
Honestly, no. I feel like the support here is really great and they just help me so much, you know? And like I said, I probably wouldn't have maybe taken a master's of balayage class if it wasn't for Chandra because they are really expensive. They're worth it. They're so worth it, but they're a high dollar class, you know? And then also like, no, I don't think I would have ever heard of them. So it's just super, super cool.
That's amazing. Okay. So you, I, Chandra, we all know that right now, so many stylists out there, they think the next step is going independent always, right? Booth or suite rental, whatever that looks like, because they believe that that's where the real money is. But what people don't always talk about is everything that comes with actually running a business. Why have you chosen to stay in a commission salon instead of going the route that everybody else thinks is the way to go?
I feel like like again, like I keep saying, like the collaboration here is really great, but also I love coming in and not having to worrying about my own schedule, worrying about checking my own clients out, worrying about color. That feels like it would be so stressful and sweet worrying about all that, you know? I just feel like it's really cool being able to come here, do what I love to do my clients' hair. We're literally set up for everything here. The back bar is insane. We have more than we need. So I just feel like I can come here stress free, do my job, and leave. I love it.
Yeah, I think that's a really, really important part. And I'm just going to say, I think you're really smart for sticking where you are because it is a lot. Chandra and I have both done the booth or suite rental thing, and it is a lot of work. Chandra, from your perspective, why do you think it's so important for these stylists to think about being in a commission salon over that booth or suite rental from a salon owner's perspective?
Yeah, I mean, I think it just depends really like what your end goal is, right? But I think what they don't realize, and I think what people need to understand is it is not going to give you any more money, right? It's going to be about the same, but for double, if not triple, the amount of effort and work that you have to put in and the amount of attachment you have to your business every single day. Kind of like what Amber said. She gets to come in, do what she loves, be with a team, have fun at work, and go home and forget about it, right? But you can't do that when you're independent. You can't do that when you work on your own. So I think that's the biggest thing, from my perspective, being commission owner is, we try to set it up to make it an amazing place for people to work, to be part of, and to make tons of money without working that much. I mean, we have stylists hitting that six-figure mark working 3 days a week. Can't do that being independent unless you charge $1,000 each client. That's just not realistic. Yeah.
Absolutely. I agree with that 100%. All right. So let's talk about this for a second. So upsells, retail, rebooking, you know that those things have been probably a very big part of you growing toward that six-figure mark, right, Amber?
Mhm.
How did those kind of really play into your income growth?
Rebooking, like I think it's something at first I was just like, all right, I'll see you whenever you're ready, you know, and I would kind of let them leave. But once I kind of got that, I guess, confidence and really felt like you need to come back so your hair can be looking great. Like it's not an option. You're looking out there with hair like that, you know? Once I started getting that confidence, getting people on my book, my schedule started building up faster and faster. And then I was able to tell people, I can't get you in that spot. I'm actually busy. And I almost feel like that made people be like, I need to book with you, Amber. Like, I need to get on the book, you know? And also retail, like I try to look at it as I don't like to be a salesy person, right? So I just try to look at it as like, how can I help my guests with the longevity of their color? Is their hair damaged? Can I help condition it can I give them something that will help condition it? I try to just look at it as like ways I can help them. And I feel like I also talk to them like that. So that kind of makes them trust me and want to buy it, right? Because I'm not like, I want you to buy this because I'm going to make money off you. It's really not even about that. It's more like I want you to take care of your hair so we can have the best hair, you know, and you come back and I do it, it's great. And you can go out and it's going to look great until you come back. So, yeah, I feel like once those things like started coming top to mind, it made a big difference. But I also just feel like it came with confidence. The more doing hair, the more confidence I felt, the more I was like, all right, like I'm in charge of your hair once you sit down.
Yeah, I love that. And I think that is spot on. That's how it usually works for everybody. So I think that is awesome. Do you think there was anything that the salon did that made it easy to connect those types of things with your goals that helped you?
Well, they definitely like sit down and they show you like, hey, these are your numbers, and if you get here, this is where you can be. And for me, I'm really money motivated. So I'm like, oh, show me where it can be. Like I need to go, you know? So I feel like those things really help me out. And also we do like, how do I do it? Like friendly competitions around here, right? So like whoever pre-books the most clients, like this month, you're gonna get $100 gift card for your hair. Okay, that's awesome. I want that, you know? So I feel like things like that do help keep you motivated along the way, you know?
Oh, absolutely. I agree with that 100%. Chandra, from your perspective, because like Amber's a jewel, like she is amazing. I can just feel her energy coming out, right? And I think a lot of that is owed to what you do, what you teach, how you built the culture in your salon. So props to you for that. Why do you think it's so important to constantly have these meetings with your employees to show them what is possible and to help them hit those benchmarks?
No, I mean, I think it's so important. I think, like Amber, she is a diamond in the rough. And I tell her all the time now, I knew you were going to get here because we did have like some hard times in the very beginning where I was really trying to get her to understand the importance of these things. And it is like that light bulb just has to go off one day. All of a sudden it just clicks and you're like, oh dang, like I get it now. And we saw that with her really early, and I think it's because she was so driven to work past those things and get past that, criticism in a way, but at the same time it's there to help her grow, it's there to help her do better. We only want everybody to hit their goals, like that's it, that's really the end goal. And so I think when they really start to realize that and they see that, that's when those light bulb moments start to happen and they start to take off. And then once it happens, they take off fast. Because I think, Amber, you probably agree, like in the last year is when your growth has really just gone like warp speed. And I think it's just because of those moments of really that coaching, that sitting down one on one, really
Mm-hmm.
breaking things down. Like even when we worked on her service timing, I was like, all right, I know you can do this. And she was afraid. I don't know. I don't want to shorten my time. And I was like, we're just going to shorten it. You're going to be just fine. And she did it. And she's just fine. And now she's like doubling her income. And so I think you have to have those meetings. You have to have those conversations. You have to have a plan for them and then just try to guide them into it because they really have to be the ones to have those light bulb moments and do the work on their own. But you've got to set it up for them and hold them accountable and help keep them on track.
Yeah, 100%. So, Amber, from your perspective, this is kind of going off topic, but I'm enjoying this a little bit. From your perspective, for the stylists that are out there that are in those commission salons right now, right? And they're hearing all this and they go into their meetings with their owners and they're very closed minded. They're very defensive, maybe, when it comes to things, because we do get somewhat critical in those meetings in the best loving way possible, right? What would you like to tell them about opening up and listening and growing when you're having those one-on-one meetings?
Well, I feel like it's all just coming from a place of like trying to see you grow. And I feel like owners, like, they put so much passion into their business, no matter what business, honestly, right? They're always putting so much passion into it because they're at their business so much and they care about it so much. So I feel like they just always want the best for you. Sometimes it could be, a little hard to see it like that, but when you really realize it in the bigger picture of wanting everybody like on the same page, everybody can be successful and everybody can be happy, I feel like that's when it really like clicks. So I feel like if you're feeling like that, like, you just got to just keep going, keep educating yourself and learning more. And also I just feel like you can learn something from literally everybody. So that's how I try to take it. Like, even if somebody tells me, like, oh, why did you do it this way? I would do it this way. Well, that's actually really cool to think about. You would do it a different way. And then maybe in the future, I'll do it that way too. So I just feel like if you take everything as a positive, it just works out?
I love your outlook. That's amazing. So, something that we hear all the time is people say commission salon owners are just too greedy or the environment is just way too controlling. I know you said you guys have quite a bit of flexibility in your salon, but from your experience, what would you say to those stylists out there that just think commission salon owners are greedy and they're controlling and they're all of these things?
Well, they might just be working for the wrong owner, to be honest with you, or at the wrong salon because I mean, I watched that show Tabitha Salon Takeover, and there's some crazy owners out there, you know? So I believe it, but I just feel like there are owners who aren't greedy, who want the best for you, and who truly care. So maybe they just need to find a different commission salon owner and, be happy that way. So, because here it's not like that at all. Literally at all. Like I said, it's really flexible. I just feel like we can be ourselves. We don't have to worry about anything. There's no fees for anything. Like it's just really cool.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that was kind of one of those mic drop moments. Find a new owner if you feel that way, right? Because it's
Yeah.
true. It's true. There are a lot of owners out there that, and I don't think they come from a place of bad or ill intent. I think they just aren't educated. The same way that
Mhm.
stylists have to be educated, owners have to be educated as well. And so I think that's really important. And that's one of the reasons that Chandra and I do what we do is because we want every owner out there to be successful and to be able to build a team like the one that you guys have. So I think that's really, really important. Was there, this is something I'm kind of curious about, was there ever a piece of feedback, because you have such a positive outlook, but was there ever a piece of feedback that kind of stung you in the moment, but it ended up being like this massive game changer for you?
Hmm. Top of my head, like I don't know, it's kind of hard to really think about that. But I guess just like I don't know, just being told like it's not always gonna look perfect. And, I don't know, that really stuck with me. Like I just feel like that really helps me like through a lot, to be honest with you. Even to this day, if there's like one little piece, I'm like, you know what? It looks beautiful. So
Yeah.
yeah.
I relate to that because I'm a perfectionist as well. So if I see one little thing out of place, I'm like, oh my, like it will bother me for a week at home afterwards. So I totally relate to you on that one. I think every journey has its tough spots, right? What do you think was the hardest season for you thus far throughout your journey at Ohana?
Well, to be honest, I feel like when I was learning how to do hair, it was kind of tricky for me, right? Because this is how I would honestly feel. We would come in for like a class, and I would be like an amazing educator, and all my amazing coworkers know what they're doing. They know exactly what they're doing, and I would feel kind of like a fish out of water at first, right? So I feel like those like experiences really helped like shape me and stuff. But that's kind of where I felt the most like vulnerable, I guess you can say, when I was learning, kind of like, oh, I don't know as much as them and stuff like that. But I realized that all just comes with experience and doing it and trial and error and doing it wrong to realize how to do it right? So yeah, I feel like kind of when I was learning, that was the hardest part for me,
I could
comparing myself to
absolutely.
other people.
Yeah, I could see that 100%. What inside of you kind of lit that fire and made you just push through and not give up? Because we may have some people out there who are in that position right now. And so I think you could be a testament to them. So what kind of made you push through?
I guess I just kept telling myself, like, everybody starts somewhere and it's okay. You know what I mean? And, like, at that point, when I'm already in the class, like, I had already gone far enough in the program. So I was like, okay, like, those things kind of pushed me to motivate me. I seen the beautiful hair my coworkers were doing and how confident their clients were leaving and how happy. And I just knew, like, I really want to be able to recreate that? So I feel like those things just pushed me. And I just feel like education helped me so much. Like, even when I'm not doing hair, I'm still doing hair. I'm watching videos, learning new techniques, just trying to figure out how to get the perfect blend and make everything look the best for people. So, yeah, I just feel like education, pushing myself.
Yeah, and I think that is what separates the good from the great stylist, right? Like we can provide you as salon owners everything that you need, but at the end of the day, it's your choice and you have to go out there and want to better yourself as well. And so I admire you for that 1,000,000% because not everybody has that inside of them. Okay, so if we have a stylist out there listening right now and they are feeling stuck, they're feeling unsure, they don't know where to go, to a commission salon, to booth rental, to suite rental. They don't know if they even want to stay in this industry anymore. What words of wisdom would you give to them right now?
Well, I just feel like keep pushing. Like you started doing it for a reason, so keep going. And I think you should find a commission salon and start there and surround yourself with people and see, do you actually like it? Do you like the feeling you get when you show up to the salon, even if you're not the one doing the hair, you know? So I feel like honestly starting there would give them the first, experience of that and then just getting behind it and trying it. But if you went to school for it, it's a passion in your heart and you should keep going regardless if it's hard for you or if you are in that stage of comparing yourself to other people. Keep going. There's so many clients out there. Everybody can have clients and be successful.
Yeah, I think that was a beautiful thing to say because so many people say that this industry is oversaturated, but there are literally so many people around. There are clients for everyone, right? You just
Yeah.
have to find your clients and do it your way. So I think that was beautifully said. Now, if we have an owner out there that is listening, what is one thing that you think they can do to help their team maybe hit six figures or to grow the way that you did and to actually want to stay in their studio or in their salon?
I feel like the biggest thing is like, yeah, sitting down, showing them your numbers, and also just coming from a place of like wanting to help your stylist and actually like feeling that as a stylist, I feel like is what motivates me. Like, to stay and keep working here. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like Chandra actually does care about all of us in more ways than us just being her stylist. So for me, that motivates me to actually like want to stay here, keep working here, and keep doing hair here. And also just like, I mean, it's really cool that I'm having a thriving business, So I love it. And this salon is so beautiful too. I don't know if you've ever seen it, Bree, but it's so big and gorgeous. So coming here just makes you feel like excited to work here?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it is beautiful for sure. I don't know how else to put it. It's gorgeous. I think everybody out there listening, you have to understand this is the kind of growth that happens when a salon has the right systems. They have clear promotion paths. They have a culture that actually supports their team. I think Amber's story is living proof that stylists can build towards six figures without burning out, without being exhausted, or without having to go at it alone. That's the biggest piece of the puzzle. Amber, I just want to thank you so much for sharing your journey with us today. I know that salon owners need to hear what it looks like when a stylist not only follows the process, but really leans in and grows because of it. And for the stylist tuning in, you just kind of showed them what's possible when you actually plant your feet in the right environment and take advantage of all of the opportunities that are in front of you. I just want to say I'm super proud of you, and I know your story is going to inspire a ton of people. But before we actually let you off of here, if you could leave everybody listening with one final thought, whether it's for a stylist who is sitting maybe once where you were or an owner who is trying to build exactly what you've experienced, what would you want them to hear?
Keep going. We're all going to be successful?
I love that. I love that. Thank you so much for taking time out today to join us.
Thank
I
you.
can't say it enough. I'm proud of you. I know for a
Thank
fact
you so
Chandra
much.
is proud of you. And I'm excited to watch you keep climbing and see what else you do and how much further you succeed with the rest of your career.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Thanks for hanging out with us today. Have a good one.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Well, Chandra, I think that proves right there, right? That when the systems are built, everything's built. Like it works. It works. It absolutely works. So, anything you want to leave owners with today, Chandra?
No, I mean, I think it's just really building that supportive environment and really caring about your team and actually having that end goal that we always talk about in mind, right? Like, what is your why? Why are you even doing this? And, really knowing where that is and leading your team where that's going. And also, just making sure you're setting up a roadmap for them and not just sending them out there to their station and not really about it. So,
Yeah, sorry, you cut out for just a second. I couldn't hear anything. You're good. All right, friends. So here's what we hope that you walk away with today. Six-figure stylists, they don't just happen by accident. They don't. They happen when you, as the salon owner, when you put those systems in place, when you build those level systems. I am not going to stop repeating that. Neither is Chandra. They are so important, right? And when you have leaders who are willing to invest in their people, Also, when you have stylists that choose to lean in, they choose to trust the process and they choose to build instead of just leaving and trying to do it alone. It all has to come together and it all has to play in this. Every piece of the puzzle has to fit together if you want it to work. So if you're an owner and you're out there listening, this is your reminder. You can build this in your salon as well if you want to. You don't have to reinvent the wheel and you don't have to guess your way through any of this. At the Beauty Biz Agency, we coach you step by step on how to create training programs, how to build amazing career growth plans, and how to put in structure that produces results like the ones that we talked about today. So if you are ready to stop hoping and start building a salon full of six-figure stylists, all you have to do is head over to our website, thebeautybizagency.com. You can grab some of our free resources, check out our coaching options, and see exactly how we can walk this journey with you. If you enjoyed this episode, please share it with another owner or stylist who needs to hear it. Make sure that you're following us so you don't miss out on what's coming next. And please drop us a quick review. It helps us reach more salon owners and change this industry one salon at a time. Chandra, how can everybody keep up with what we've got going on at the Beauty Biz Agency?
Yeah, make sure you check us out on social media at the Beauty Biz Agency on Facebook or Instagram and the Beauty Biz Mentors on TikTok. And you can join us live the first Monday of every month on Facebook and YouTube at 6 p.m. Central Time.
Absolutely. That's a wrap on today's episode. You've been listening to The Station. Until next time, invest in your people, build real growth paths, and watch your salon become the place where six-figure stylists are made. Now go out there, make bank, run the show, and ditch that chair. And as always, keep slaying those business goals with a whole lot of swagger. If this episode lit a fire under you, don't just walk away and let it die out. Deep down, you already know where you want your business and your life to go. And the truth is, the only thing standing between where you are and where you want to be is a real plan to get you there. That's exactly what we help you build. So if you're ready to stop trying to figure it out on your own, head to thebeautybizagency.com and book your free strategy call. That call can give you the clarity that you've been needing and a real plan to move your business forward. Because at the end of the day, the only thing standing between you and the salon business you've been dreaming about is whether or not you're willing to take the action and the steps in order to build it.